There are some truths you don't tell, not because they're lies, but because once spoken, they can never be taken back. My name is Adrian Voss, and the truth I kept from her was the one thing that could destroy everything we had built. I didn't mean to meet her. That's how these things always start. Accidents. Mistakes. Wrong turns in the dark corners of the galaxy. I was a navigator aboard a mid-tier exploration vessel, the Ardent Horizon. Not a warship. Not a diplomatic cruiser. Just a ship that mapped the edges of known space and tried not to get lost doing it. We found her world by accident. Unregistered system, the scanner officer said, leaning forward. No signals. No satellites. No recorded entry. Captain Rhea crossed her arms. Another dead rock. I shook my head, studying the readings. No, I said slowly. Atmosphere. Water. Energy signatures faint, but structured. Civilization, someone asked. Maybe, I replied. That maybe changed everything. Her world was unlike anything we had seen. Floating land masses. Cities woven from crystal and light. An atmosphere that shimmered like it was alive. And at the center of it all, a palace suspended above a vast ocean of glowing clouds. They've already detected us, I said as our systems flickered. How do you know? The captain asked. Because something just looked back. That was the first time I felt it. That presence. Watching. Waiting. We were escorted down. No weapons. No hostility. Just certainty. And that's when I saw her. Standing at the top of a wide staircase, surrounded by beings that radiated quiet power. But none of them mattered. Only her. She wasn't like the others. They moved like a unified whole. She stood apart. And when her eyes met mine, something shifted. You are not meant to be here, she said. Her voice echoed without effort. I could say the same, I replied. That earned a ripple of murmurs from those around her. But she didn't react. She just studied me. Your name, she said. Adrian. And your purpose? Exploration, I said. We didn't know this system was inhabited. She stepped down slowly. You know now. Yes, I said. And yet you do not leave. I haven't been asked to. That almost made her smile. I am Lethea, she said. Princess of this world. Of course she was. I should have kept my distance after that. I didn't. Something about her pulled me in. Not just her presence. Her curiosity. She asked questions no one else had. About humans. About our choices. About our flaws. You contradict yourselves, she said once. Yeah, I replied. We're good at that. And yet you survive. Barely. She tilted her head. You interest me, Adrian. That should have been my warning. Days turned into weeks. Our ship remained in orbit. Diplomatic talks began. And I kept seeing her. More than I should have. You avoid me sometimes, she said one evening. We stood on a balcony, overlooking the glowing clouds. I don't, I replied. You do. I didn't answer. Because she wasn't wrong. There were moments I kept my distance. Moments where I left abruptly. Where I refused to meet her gaze. She noticed all of it. Of course she did. You speak openly, she said. Yet you hide something. I don't. Do not lie to me. Her voice wasn't harsh. But it was absolute. I exhaled slowly. There are things I can't say. Cannot, she repeated. Yes. Or will not. I looked away. That was my answer. She didn't press further. Not then. But the distance between us grew. Not because she pulled away. Because I did. The truth is, I knew something she didn't. Something no one on her world knew. Something our scanners had detected the moment we entered the system. A signal. Buried deep beneath the planet's surface. ancient, and not natural. At first, we thought it was nothing, residual energy, but the longer we stayed, the stronger it became. "You're hiding something," Captain Rhea said one day. I stayed silent. "You've been studying that signal nonstop," she continued. "What is it?" "I don't know," I said. That part was true. "But I know it's not safe." We tried to trace it, map it, understand it, but every attempt failed, like it didn't want to be found. And then it reacted. The ground shook, not violently, but enough. Energy surged across the planet. The sky dimmed, and for a moment, everything stopped. "They felt it," I said. "Who?" the captain asked. I looked toward the palace. "Them." Lethea found me soon after. Her expression was different. Not calm. Not curious. Concerned. "You know something," she said. I didn't answer. "Adrian." She stepped closer. "Tell me." "I can't." Her eyes hardened. "You will." "No." That was the first time I refused her directly. Silence stretched between us. Heavy. Uncomfortable. Then, "Why?" she asked. "Because if I tell you, everything changes." Everything has already changed. She was right. And I hated it. The next tremor came stronger. Structures shifted. Energy surged again. And this time, it didn't stop. "We are losing stability," one of her advisors said. Lethea turned to me. "Now," she said, "tell me the truth." I looked at her. Really looked. At the trust in her eyes. At the expectation. At the connection we had built. And I realized there was no protecting her from this. Not anymore. "There's something beneath your world," I said. Her expression didn't change. "Something ancient," I continued. "Something powerful. And you knew." "Yes." "And you said nothing." I was trying to understand at first. Her voice dropped. "Or control it? That's not fair." "Isn't it?" The ground shook again. Stronger. Cracks of light split across the horizon. "What is it?" she demanded. I hesitated. Then, "I think it's a weapon." Silence. Absolute. "A weapon," she repeated. "Yes." "For who?" "I don't know." Her gaze didn't leave mine. "You lied to me." I withheld the truth. That is the same thing. That hurt, because she wasn't wrong. The final tremor hit. Violent. The sky fractured with energy. And something awakened. It rose from beneath the planet. Not a machine. Not entirely. Something alive. Ancient. Watching. "This is why we never found it," I whispered. It was sleeping. Lethea stepped forward. Toward it. "What are you doing?" I asked. "It is part of our world," she said. "It's going to destroy it. Or protect it." I grabbed her arm. "You don't know that." She pulled free. "Neither do you." We stood there. Opposite sides of the same truth. "You should have told me," she said quietly. "I know. I trusted you. I know." That was the worst part. Not her anger. Not the danger. The disappointment. "I cannot fix what you hid," she said. "But I can face it." And she stepped forward. Into the light. For a moment, nothing happened. Then, the entity stopped. It turned. Toward her. And the energy changed. "It recognizes her," I said. Lethea raised her hand. Not in fear. In command. And slowly, the energy stabilized. The tremors ceased. The sky calmed. It wasn't a weapon. It was a guardian. One tied to her world. To her people. And somehow, to her. When it was over, she turned back to me. "You feared this," she said. "Yes. And you chose silence." "I thought I was protecting you." She stepped closer. "You were protecting yourself." That hit harder than anything else. Maybe I was, I admitted. Silence. Then, you should have trusted me, she said. I know. Another pause. Will you trust me now? I asked. She studied me.
Long. Carefully.
Truth is not something you give only when it is safe, she said. No, I said. It isn't. She exhaled slowly. Then start now. And for the first time, there was no distance between us. No secrets. No silence. Just truth. And everything changed. Because sometimes, the truth breaks things. But sometimes, it builds something stronger in their place.